Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the founder of Food Truck Training on Facebook, co-owner with my beautiful wife, Melissa, of our own food truck. It's called Food Truck 101, and I'm the executive director of the National Street Food Vendors Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. All this week, I've been talking about quality service, cleanliness, and community. Today, we're up to community. But before we get into the details on building your own community, I want to talk to you guys about the Food Truck Owners Expo that's going to be in Orlando, Florida this year on November 12th and 13th. I'm going to be there giving two classes, one on writing a profitable menu, one on marketing in the off-season. Once those classes are over, I'll be out in my National Street Food Vendors Association booth where you guys can come join me. You can ask me questions, you can sit down and talk to me, and learn all about what the association is going to be doing for you as a food truck owner. And then also, you, again, can ask me any questions. That's going to be in Orlando, again, November 12th and 13th. If you need to purchase your tickets, I suggest you do it today and go to ftoexpo.com. Place that order, and when you do, put in the code FTTG15 for a 15% discount. I want to thank Table Needs for sponsoring this episode of the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. Table Needs is a full-service POS system capable of handling your food truck cash, credit card, and reporting needs. For more information about Table Needs, there's going to be a link in the description. Take you to their website, and you can find out all you need to know about Table Needs. So we're up to the final C of quality service, cleanliness, and community. QSC squared is all I like to call it. That last C is not often mentioned in restaurants, and that is community. Community is essentially marketing, but it's a little bit more complicated than just marketing. So let's talk about being active in your local community. That's the first part of community. That's the civic involvement. It's not just about goodwill. It's about you doing things that can boost your food truck's visibility and reputation. You got to build relationships. You want to engage with local organizations, local charities, local events that have nothing to do with you selling food. You want to build those strong relationships that can lead to collaboration to where you can make a bunch of money. You want to enhance your reputation. That's what building your civic involvement, your civic community does. People get to know you as, oh, hey, there's that cool business owner. He's got a great food truck. And he also helps us to fundraise, or he helps us with whatever that particular organization needs help with. It can't all be about you. Because if you are self-centered and it's all about your business, you won't grow beyond just having a single food truck where you are an employee of your own food truck. It also, when you're working out in the civic community, you're building community involvement, it creates networking opportunities where you'll get caterings, where you will get private gigs, where you will get those big money-making opportunities. So every time you're going to some type of meeting, you're planting seeds about, hey, I'm a food truck owner and I really know what I'm doing. And you get all kinds of opportunities, but you don't get those if you don't show up to meetings and you don't network with other business owners. Because it's not just you and your community, I promise you. There's a whole bunch of other businesses that from time to time have employee appreciation, customer appreciation, have private parties for all their employees. There are things that go on that you would love to be able to handle, but you won't know about them unless you're networking with people. So here's some ideas just to get you involved in your community. You want to participate in local events. So obviously you want to set up your food truck at a local fair or festival or farmer's market. It's a way to gain exposure and then connect with those local residents. But it's not just you selling food. You got to have business cards with you, and you got to talk to people about, hey, I can cater, hey, I can do private gigs. You want to, anytime you're out, network. You want people to be asking you, can you come cater? Can you come do this private event that we have? You want to look at charity partnerships. You want to collaborate with local charities by donating a portion of your sales or all the tips for a particular day. You want to donate to their cause, and you want to make a big deal about it. Should be some type of press release. Hey, you're going to say something like, we donate 100% of all of our tips to the local VA office. You want to collaborate with those local charities, and when you do, make a big deal about it. You have that press release that says, we will donate 100% of our tips, we'll donate 10% of our sales, we will donate something to this organization that takes care of the lost pets and the lost cats and that type of thing. Whatever the charity is, you want to gain some type of publicity out of it, some type of traction. You can host a food drive. Right now we have a part of the country that is suffering greatly from Hurricane Helene. There are people right now that have no place to live, have very little to eat, and there are people all around the country that are hosting drives to get them the clothing, to get them the food, to get them the help that they need. There are people in the hills that would have never thought a hurricane would ever impact them, and now they're suffering. People need to pull together and then help. And you want to be the one leading that way. You want to sponsor local teams, get your name out there. It can be a local sports team. It can be minor league baseball. It can be little league baseball. It can be whatever. But you want to sponsor it and then be a good sponsor by helping the team. You can do community workshops. You can teach people how to cook. You can teach people how to grow their own food. It doesn't have to be some big class where you have 200 people come. It could be something you do at a food truck park on a slow night. Just say, hey, we're going to get a bunch of people together and I want to give this presentation. I want to give this help. I want to teach people how to cook something or how to put recipes together, how to do something that's going to help. So you build those workshops that make sense within your skills. You can have volunteer days where you ask your staff, would you like to help volunteer? And we're going to go do some cleanup. We're going to do something. We're going to lead an effort to make our community better. I live near the beaches, so we have beach cleanups all the time. You can have park cleanups. You can have state park cleanup. You can do all kind of cleanup. Get your staff, organize other food trucks. Let's go out there and get this done. Do neighborhood cleanups. You want to support local suppliers. Get them involved. Show how you're helping promote that particular business. You want to be a leader. You want to do holiday initiatives. You can offer specials for veterans or teachers or first responders and you honor their service. You can create meals and meal kits. Let's do the Thanksgiving. Everybody does Thanksgiving. There are things you can do to help build your business, but then also help build the community that sets you apart as a leader. You can either be a leader or you can be a leech. A leech is somebody that just says, I want sales, I want sales, I want sales, but they don't bother to help the community. That's a leech. Be a leader. You want to engage with the local media, radio and TV and newspapers and anything that's in print. Do those press releases. Hey, my food truck is going to be in charge of, and we're doing this to improve the local community. We're doing this to improve this charity. We're doing something. Learn about public relations and what public relation management does and get your name out there. Now let's talk about the other part of building a community. We've been talking about the civic community. Now let's talk about your community. Your community is what you do on social media where you develop followers that are going to hopefully come eat your food. You want those followers to be excited when you're going to show up somewhere. That's your community. So you're going to develop guest loyalty. What's that loyalty program look like so that they want to become a part of it and then come eat with me more frequently and eat with me more frequently than they do other food trucks and other restaurants. Creating your own community also means that you have a lot of word of mouth marketing. So you're asking people to share when they post, oh, look at this sandwich I got from the food truck. It's awesome. Share that on your social media. Tag us in it so that we can see you taking that first bite. You also get real-time feedback when you have a community. And sometimes that real-time feedback can save your behind. Somebody calls you up and says, I eat there all the time, and I think there's something wrong with this product. Now, you may not have tested it yet. And then you test and go, yeah, there is something wrong. Let's get this off the line now. And that does happen. And you want it to come from somebody you know and trust rather than just some random complainers that, hey, the food sucks there. And now you've got 4 or 5 people saying that. Build your community. Social media is the first place to start. Encourage people to like and follow you. Subscribe if you're on a platform that has subscriptions. You want them to follow you and be eager to see when you post. Then you got to build that content. There's got to be those consistent posts that have nothing to do with the food truck. Talk about whatever it is in the community going on because, hey, you should be out there doing things to build the community. So that's why it comes together as a community. Your food truck community of loyal followers and then your civic community where you're helping to make the place that you live in just a little bit better. When you get those two things combined, you become a leader. And again, a leader, not a leech. A leech is all about me. I'm going to suck the community dry and then move on. I'm going to complain about no one coming out to eat at my food truck rather than I'm going to build people that want to come eat at my food truck. Build your community, which means now you're building your brand. Look at Wendy's marketing as far as social media goes. People like reading Wendy's responses. You want to have that same kind of popularity locally. You want people excited to see what you have to say about something. So let me give you some ideas to build your community just real quick. Again, I've been talking about social media presence. You've got to have that. You got to be on whatever's popular in your area, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or X as they call it, or any of the other new social medias, TikTok. You want to be present there. You want to have a loyalty program that makes people excited to come to your business and they get some type of reward. If you're able to do a mobile app, do a mobile app. You want to have interactive content. You want to put up polls and surveys so that people have to answer questions. One of the best people that does social media out there is Pearson Street's Smash Burgers and Melts. Follow them on Facebook. Follow their example. You want to do contests, you want to do giveaways. I'm really urging people to set up some type of email marketing. There's also another food truck in Austin, Texas that the name of the business is Eggman, and they sell breakfast. The pictures they put out of their food look awesome. I can't wait to get out there and try some of his food. But he does an email marketing campaign through Square, and he puts out this newsletter that's actually quite a good newsletter. Somebody else you guys need to follow. Success leaves clues, and you guys should be looking at those clues that these very popular food trucks are doing right now so that you can duplicate what they do. You want to set up exclusive events where you just pop up and say, all of my loyal followers, I'm going to be here doing this one particular product. Come down and get it. And then you become the star of the show rather than just randomly showing up with your full menu. One last little thing about building that community for your business, the actual guest community. You want to have a brand story. You want to tell something about your journey, your mission, the values that create the business, what is important to you, and then hopefully it makes a connection with the audience, the guests that really, really love your business. They got to know what you're about. And then also remember to share the spotlight. You have a whole team of people, whether it be one other person or 6 other people. Introduce them. Give them the spotlight on your social media. Just give them that 15 minutes worth of fame. Talk about their favorite food. Talk about their education, whatever they want to share, and make them the star of the show. Remember, community is not all about you. Again, I want you to be a leader, not a leech, and I want you to share the spotlight. Share it with the community, share it with other suppliers, share it with your employees, and build a cohesive community that people want to be a part of. And then people want you to be a part of their community. When you reach that point, the business all just falls into place, and then you become a true leader. So there you have it. We've been talking about quality, service, cleanliness, and community, QSC squared as I call it. Those 4 pillars define your success. If you don't have those 4 things in place, you will not be successful. And yes, they take work, and that needs to be your focus pretty much every day. So now it's just a matter of you getting out there and picking away at that stone one little chip at a time till you get it and get it right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding what we do helpful, please subscribe. And if you really like what we do, there's going to be a link in the description for you guys to support us and help us on our journey. Every little bit does help keep us going. Until next time, you guys have a profitable week.